We'll get there. I promise we'll get there. We opened our concert tonight with Leroy Anderson's wonderful composition, Sleigh Ride. Now, Sleigh Ride seems like the perfect Christmas song. Just you're thinking of that horse-drawn sleigh pulling through the wintry scenery with wrapped in cozy blankets. It's no wonder that it's become a Christmas tradition ever since it was first debuted by the Boston Pops in 1943. But like quite a few of our songs, Sleigh Ride was written by Anderson while he was trying to think cold thoughts during a heat wave. He wrote it in July 1946. And even the Boston Pops didn't quite get it. The Boston Pops debut of Sleigh Ride was in May 1948. At least we got it right. It's Christmas. Our next song is a Christmas song. Well, I guess you could say that about all of them, but our next song is a Christmas song. And it also was born out of a heat wave in the summer of 1945. Bob Wells, who wrote the lyrics, said, "In an effort to stay cool by thinking cool, this Christmas song was born." Mel Torme, who wrote the music, saw a spiral pad sitting on the piano with 4 lines written in pencil. They thought if they could immerse themselves in winter, they could cool off. The finished product was recorded by Nat King Cole in 1946. It's been gaining popularity ever since. This is the Christmas song. probably know Christmas is a lot about traditions, and for those of you who may have caught our concert last year, you know one of my favorite traditions is the telling of corny Christmas jokes. Maybe I saved the good ones for tonight. What do you call Santa if he loses his pants? What do you call Santa if he loses his pants? Saint Nicholas. What's the worst place to go to buy your dog a Christmas present? The flea market. Now they write Christmas songs in multiple genres of music. There are a couple that aren't really that well represented, and we're going to feature two of those underrepresented genres of Christmas music tonight. The first one is big band swing music. Just not a lot of big band swing Christmas songs out there. Well, this next song corrects that oversight. It's arranged by Larry Clark, and it features well-known Christmas songs interwoven with well-known big band swing standards. So sit back and hear Angels We Have Heard on High, Silent Night, O Come Emmanuel, Carol of the Bells, and Jingle Bells, as you've never heard them before. This is Christmas a la Big Band. Why should you never loan money to an elf? Because they're always short. What do you call a Christmas ornament, Christmas decoration rather, made of $100 bills? What do you call a Christmas decoration made of $100 bills? Aretha Franklin. Next is the song that will forever associate Bing Crosby with Christmas. It debuted in the musical film Holiday Inn in 1942, although initially it was overshadowed by another hit from Holiday Inn, Be Careful, It's My Heart. But this song went on to become the biggest selling single record ever, with over 100 million records sold, 50 million of which were the Bing Crosby version. Now, something interesting, the version you hear on the radio today is actually a 1947 remake, not the 1942 original, because the master disc that they used to press out all the records was worn out from frequent use, that they had to actually re-record. This is, of course, Irving Berlin's White Christmas. is a librarian's favorite Christmas song? Silent Night, yeah, see? At least there was no groaning on that one. Where do you buy a Christmas gift for your pet pig? You go to Amazon. Silent Night. Next, we're going to play one of our perennial favorites. It's a medley of songs from the 1965 animated TV special, A Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, that show happened to be completed just 10 days prior to the airtime. And interestingly, everyone involved just thought that it was just going to be a total flop, an unmitigated disaster. When the director saw a screening of the show, he remarked, "My golly, we've killed it." He and the network's executives also had very low hopes about it. They criticized the show's slow pace, the music not fitting, and the animation being too simple. They were embarrassed by the results, but they had no choice but to air it since it was announced just 10 days away. Of course, they were wrong. But Charlie Brown Christmas is still one of the most popular Christmas specials ever to air, and 59 years later, it's still seen annually. The one comment I don't get is criticizing the music. I mean, that music by the Vince Guaraldi Trio brought an unorthodox mix of traditional Christmas music and jazz, but it really opened the genre to all the other groups that have followed since. This medley includes Linus and Lucy, O Tannenbaum, Skating, and Christmas Time is Here. So sit back and envision that beautiful Christmas tree that Charlie Brown found as we play Charlie Brown Christmas. This is our Emigsville Community Christmas Concert. We're very proud to call ourselves the Emigsville Band. This is our hometown, and we appreciate all the support that the town gives us. And there are two thank yous I want to issue at this time. The first one is to Roundtown Baptist Church, who leases the band hall from us. Christmas is certainly one of the busiest times of the year, and to let this happen, to make this possible, they had to pretty much take everything out to make room for us. And I also ask for an apology in advance in case the elves don't get everything back in the right place when they're done tonight. And the second thank you, again, this is Emigsville. It's an Emigsville community event, and we're dedicating this concert to two of our biggest supporters, people that are really a fixture in the village of Emigsville, Dr. Richard and Phyllis Bowers. Stand up. For years, they've been a huge support of our band. This past summer, we had the honor of putting on a 50th anniversary concert over up at the State Museum in Harrisburg, in conjunction with the Keystone Band from up there, and the Bowers were nice enough to be a generous sponsor for that. Like I said, they've always helped us out, so we're dedicating this concert to you. And our next song is their favorite Christmas carol. why does Santa use GPS? Why does Santa use GPS? Because he doesn't want to be a lost clause. I don't know if you heard this or not, but it seems that sometime over the past year, Microsoft bought out Santa. Things are going to be a little different this year at Christmas. Instead of using the chimney, he has to use windows. So our assistant director, Mike Turk's going to make his way to the front as we play a medley of Christmas songs that are featured in Broadway plays and musicals. It includes It's Beginning to Look Like Christmas, as well as Pine Cones and Holly Berries from the 1963 musical Here Is Love, Toyland and March of the Toys from the 1903 operetta Babes in Toyland, My Favorite Things from, of course, 1959 musical Sound of Music, We Need a Little Christmas from 1966 musical Mame, and a finale of God Bless Us Everyone from the 1994 musical version of A Christmas Carol. This is Christmas on Broadway as arranged by John Higgins. same time. Whole row of snow bunnies in a row, all jumping backwards, a receding hairline. All right, a little too close to these people. I'm going to get hooked on this time. Now, it's hard to believe, but our next song is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. The song was written by Mariah Carey, along with Walter Offensive, who co-wrote many of her songs. The song was the lead single off her first Christmas album, Merry Christmas, released in 1994. The song reached number 6 in the United States and number 2 in the United Kingdom and Japan that year. It's been getting more and more popular ever since, reaching number 1 in 2019. 25 years after the song's release, and that span is a record for the longest for a song to hit number 1. The New Yorker magazine has described the song as one of the few worthy modern additions to the holiday canon. This is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. What is the technical term? The technical term for a camel at the North Pole. Lost. What did Snow White say when she ordered her set of those photo Christmas cards. What did Snow White say when she ordered the set of photo Christmas cards? Someday my prince will come. I think they like this. Now, the traditional close of the Christmas season is New Year's Eve, and there's only one song that's absolutely identified with New Year's Eve, Auld Lang Syne. I remember growing up being able to stay up late watching Guy Lombardo and the Royal Canadiens and on New Year's Eve from the Waldorf Astoria Hotel as the ball fell on Times Square. Lombardo rang in New Year's first on radio, then on TV from 1929 all the way through 1976. Now isn't New Year's, it's not even Christmas yet, at least I hope it's not, I didn't do the shopping. But I really don't want to have a holiday without some Auld Lang Syne. So luckily we found a new arrangement of Auld Lang Syne by James Swearingen, in which he blends the famous New Year's tune with a few Christmas standards to make the song a little bit more appropriate for tonight. The result is the touching medley titled A Christmas Auld Lang Syne. is the best Christmas present? The best Christmas present for the person who absolutely has everything. A burglar alarm. How does Santa remember all those different fireplaces that he's already visited? How does Santa remember all the fireplaces he visited? He keeps a log. Next up is a 1970 song by Jose Feliciano. And what's unique about this song is the timing of its popularity. Most Christmas songs are a hit when they're initially released, and then they either become more popular or fade into obscurity. Feliciano's song took on an opposite approach. It was first listed on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1998, 28 years after it was released. It was the number 70 Christmas song that year. It was absent from the list for another 19 years, returning in 2017 at number 44. The momentum continued each year since as it's getting more and more popular. This is Jose Feliciano's Feliz Navidad. to close our concert. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I know we enjoy being able to spread Christmas cheer. Tonight was really special for us. And the band has encouraged me to give everyone here a gift. I won't tell any jokes before this. We're going to close our concert tonight with our traditional closing number for the Christmas season. It's a wish from us to you, as we play a popular 16th century English carol. The origin of this English carol lies in the tradition wherein wealthy people of the community gave Christmas treats to carolers on Christmas Eve. Treats like figgy pudding. Again, we want to thank you guys for being a wonderful audience and coming out to hopefully catch a little Christmas cheer. And on behalf of the Emigsville Band, we wish you a Merry Christmas.